are you doing?
Good, I'm good. Just bit of a whirlwind, but it's all good.
Blake Griffin signing with the Nets after agreeing to a buyout with the Pistons.
What? Bro, what is this cheese? The Nets assembling the 2012 Thunder and Lob City Clippers, but just changed the point guards? Blake Griffin is on the Nets. It's official. But here's what a lot of people just aren't realizing about Blake Griffin actually being on the Nets. What is up, dudes, to Nets, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. Wait, why is this going under the radar?
He went from jumping over a Kia to shooting threes. And that's how,
I don't know what happened.
He went from Dominique Wilkins to Steph Curry in a matter of 3-4 years. But that's what injuries have done to him. It has robbed him of his athleticism.
Oh, that's what everyone thinks?
I am having a very bad day.
A lot has happened since Blake Griffin was on the Clippers, and I wouldn't blame you if you didn't follow it all, so here's a quick recap. Blake Griffin was part of Lob City, a 5-time All-Star, then he got traded by the Clippers after he just signed a 5-year max extension after he was being told by Clippers that he's their future. He also left Steve Ballmer hanging when he finally put the Clippers 1 year later. This is the same dude that did this. Blake has always dealt with a lot of injuries in the playoffs that have cost the Clippers a lot of different runs. Chris Paul, DJ, Griffin were injured at different times and never made the Western Conference Finals, but Griffin did play pretty well in the playoffs. He's had 2 knee surgeries on his left knee, and so Griffin's been counted out for pretty much since after he got off the Clippers. He also led the Pistons to the playoffs for the first time in years. Wow. He also did really well in the first round of playoffs, even though they got swept and got a standing ovation by the Detroit fans. Whew. That was a recap. Subscribe if you're new or old. Every subscriber counts. Just help the NBA challenge out, man. But why does Blake Griffin even matter now? Because in his best seasons, he's averaged 24.5 points, 7.5 boards, and 5.4 assists, and that was just a year and a half ago. He was pretty much a point forward, making plays, and oh yeah, he also was doing this. The thing about Blake Griffin is, he's one of those do-it-all forwards that the league has shifted to. But because of his recent games, a lot of people just forgot about him because he was averaging a career low 12.3 points per game without realizing that he just came back from a left knee surgery and he's only played 20 games this season, mainly because he wanted to get out. He never wanted to be on the Pistons in the first place. He just wanted to play for a contending team, in his own words. I don't want to take stock in some footage of Blake Griffin practicing because NBA players in gyms look like gods, but imagine this. What if Blake Griffin just didn't play well to get out of the Pistons and get to choose where he could play? This isn't the first time we've seen a player sabotage his own value to get what he wants. It's not even the first time this season. Harden legit played horribly for the Rockets this season, made comments about the team not going anywhere, got fat. Man really did everything.
What is that?
And now he's on the Nets. Blake already secured the bag. He could have lowered his value so he wouldn't get traded to the highest bidder, just like the Clippers traded him before. Instead, he could have aimed for a buyout so he could choose which team he signs with, and it worked. He's on the Nets without the Nets sacrificing any more depth. Do I blame Blake Griffin for this? Nah, because he was just shipped off to the Detroit Pistons and he tried. But as we know, the Pistons haven't been able to build a contending team in a while. But regardless, this move is ridiculous because you are getting an all-star level player as your 4th option. Just think about that. You might think that Blake Griffin doesn't answer the Nets' concerns with defense at all, and you're kinda right, but he does help their size concerns. The Nets legit only have 1 center on the roster, and that's DeAndre Jordan. They also have Nicholas Claxton, who is a wild card because you don't know what he's going to get with him, but Blake is a proven big man that plays the 4 and 5 and has played well in the playoffs. Looking ahead to the potential matchup against the Lakers with LeBron AD or the Bucks with Giannis, Griffin is just another dude that can actually match up. He's quick enough and big enough to physically stay with all of them, even if he's not a great defender. I'm not saying that he's going to clamp up these guys because he isn't.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
But it's a big improvement for the Nets in terms of having another body, and if teams run small ball, you can run KD and Blake at the 4 and 5 to keep up with the pace of other teams. Griffin's a small ball center, a guy that can shoot threes. He shot 37.6% on catch and shoot threes in his last healthy season, and I don't think he's going to be that far off from that. Also, Griffin now has a James Harden. The Rockets before small ball actually had centers, and Harden, man, threw so many lobs to Capella, it was ridiculous, and it made Harden so much deadlier because he had another option besides a floater at the rim. But honestly, I see Griffin as possibly becoming the best sixth man in the league. I know that with the big three, there's always one of them on the floor that can always create their own shot, but you add another guy that can operate and make passes out the post and pick and roll. Give Kyrie, Harden, and KD a pick and roll partner that can also make passes to take advantage of everyone on the floor, and man, that's scary. Think about it like this. Steve Nash is the head coach and he knows a lot about pick and rolls with an athletic big. Nash played with Amari Stoudemire for years, and so he knows how defenses react. Harden's pick and roll offense is lethal, and with Blake rolling, there's not really going to be a double coming at Blake Griffin because there's Kyrie and KD on the floor too. Griffin himself hasn't been particularly efficient in pick and rolls, ranking in the 24th percentile for points per pick and roll possession, but he's no stranger to it, ranking among the leaders in pick and roll frequency. Harden, Kyrie, KD, all of them can change that. But what I think would be the main strength for Blake would be to operate from the post. Not necessarily as a scorer, but as a passer, while Kyrie, Harden, and Durant are on the move off ball, creating chaos. Griffin will thrive. He'll have all the space in the world to just be in the post, all the time in the world because ain't no double team coming. He's just gonna have one-on-one coverage. The fact that we're even debating whether Blake Griffin will be able to perform well in that situation is ridiculous.
Goodbye, Blake Griffin, you soft ginger hair-colored Lindsay Lohan freckled-faced two-headed bitch. Take your ass home, bitch. Wow, all caps, huh?
Griffin isn't the first or second option. As the first option, he's been able to average over 24 a night. And while you don't know what exact version of Blake Griffin you're getting, the man is a fourth option at most in the offense. Imagine having Blake Griffin and Joe Harris as your fourth options. What defense is gonna go against that shit? You tell me. Nah, seriously, you tell me. What do you think? How is Blake Griffin gonna do on the Nets? Stream tonight on Twitch, One Hot Take Go. It's gonna be fun, so be there. Cause yeah, shout out to my girl Samhita for being first. Appreciate all the love and support. She's just waiting for Clay to come back, man. If you like the vid, hit a like button, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new or you've been watching for a minute. It's your boy MJ. We out, and we vibing.
Let's get high, let's get wasted. Okay, just stop in my spaceship now.